Hello, guys. Welcome back. Let me see if I'm live. Okay, there is already one like, but I turned on the camera. Okay, we are live. Um, Hello, guys. Welcome back to this live streaming. Okay, I'm live. Perfect. Dedicated to episode 8 of season 4 of Shingeki no Kyojin. Look, oh, hi Andrew, hello. Mm, this was a tough episode. Of course, look, the more I go on, the more I collect notes and notes and notes. Look, you see, so many notes. And I hope to do everything today because hello, Kyla. Hello. Loved your reaction. It was just like mine. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the huge support, and thank you for all the new subscribers joining me in this. Okay, before starting, so you will be able to join me, I wanted to say one thing. Many people say why you don't take the side of someone, or why you don't agree with the side of someone else, why you don't do this, why you don't do that. Guys, these are my opinions and thoughts, and second of all, I am an anime only, so it's pointless that you tell me some things or you wanted to change my mind just because you read the manga and you know what's happening next. That's not my thing. I mean, I am an anime only, so of course I have to base my thoughts, my opinions regarding what I see. I don't know what's happening next. So if in the future I'm going to change my mind, that's okay. It can happen. But till now, I wanted to go on with my thoughts, and I don't want it to be pushed, or I don't want it to be forced to think things you think just because you have read the manga. That's impossible for me to do. I will go on as much as other anime only will go on, and we all anime only have different opinions. How are you? Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you so much, Diva Heikion. Yes, exactly. I'm also an anime only. Okay, so I'm not the only one. We all are anime only, especially people who do reaction videos. So try to understand us. It's like you when you read the manga for the first time, that specific chapter. So, of course, we have different opinions and thoughts, and we should agree with all. And no one is wrong, no one is right. So, we just have different opinions. So, please try to understand that these are my opinions and thoughts. Then you can have your own, of course. Okay, I think also for this episode, I have so many things to say. Hello, hello, welcome back. I have so many things to say, and also for this episode, I decided to analyze character after character, because if I analyze the scenes, maybe you get confused, and there are so many things to say about each one. So, ciao, Juan, ciao. So please try to understand that it's better for me to analyze character after character. So I will tell you, Imon, hello. So I will tell you all of my opinions regarding each character based on each scene, and hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy because it's still not finished. Okay. I wanted to start with Rainer because, except for Eren, I wanted to go analyzing the characters step by step as much as we see them appearing in the episode itself. Okay, of course, if I look down, I collected some notes. So many notes, and I don't want to skip anything, so that's why sometimes I will look down just to understand what to say. Um, Okay, at the beginning of this episode, we see that this battle between Eren and Reiner is not lasting. long. And that's why during my reaction video I said, is that it? I mean, okay, because many anime only probably were supposed to think, okay, this battle is going to take a long time, and we are going to enjoy once again as in season 2 or as in season 1. No, this one was short, and it surprised me a little bit. But at the same time, talking about Reiner, I wanted to say that, as we see in the previous episode, he doesn't want to fight. He is moved by his mission, because the mission was to protect the people on his side and to go against aliens in paradise, because that's the mission. But right now I see that Rainer doesn't want to fight anymore, and why he joined the battle is not because he wanted, but because of how can I say, have you ever experienced in your life when you make a gesture, when you move your body just because mentally you are forced to do this, and you do it not because you want it, but because the reflections of your body decided to do it instead? It's something as if it's an instinct, okay? And this instinct is more important than our thoughts, our feelings in that moment. I think he moved his body just because of this instinct, and not because um, he really wanted to do this. Okay, the mission in this case was to protect the Galliard, and he made it. I mean, he protected the Galliard and he saved the Galliard, but that's it. There was nothing else to do. And I think even Rainer doesn't want to battle with Eren anymore, because he already said his opinions to Eren, and he already said what to do, what he would like to do. But at the same time, okay, I will talk about Eren later, but I think, yeah, Rainer in this case did the last thing he had to do, because he's so tired. He doesn't want to fight anymore. And he's discouraged. He is discouraged because of the system he's living in, and because of the truths he realized years after year, that now, okay, I'm tired. And the good thing, here, Mappa is concentrating a lot in this anime about eyes. The fact that the eyes are the most important things in these episodes, even in the previous episode, even in the episode number 6, number 5. I mean, everything is concentrated on eyes, and I think also in this case, when Reiner is showing his eyes to Eren, I think he speaks through his eyes. That means, please, let's not fight anymore. I'm tired. Can you see that I'm tired? Can you give me a break? I don't want to be involved in this anymore. And what I did is just because my body moved first than my feelings. So I did what I did just because I had to save Galliard somehow. That's it. But yeah, and he's going to have this attitude. I mean, his eye is full of these feelings towards Eren. Please try to understand me, try to understand me, try to understand me, until Eren goes away, and then he's finally relaxing his body and he's falling down. So um, I think Reiner here represents a real warrior anyway, because he is pushing himself till the end, and when he knows that the enemy or the danger is over, he can relax. So um, Ryder is really tired. I think, and as I was saying to you many times already, I think Eren wants to bring him till the end. So he will not attack Reiner, and he will not kill Reiner. I think they go on together as two parallels that will not meet until a moment in which they will meet somehow. I still hope I still hope Reiner can change his mind a little bit, and he can join. I mean, not the devils of a paradise as they are recognized, but as I was saying to you last time, I hope that these aliens, these Titans owners, are going to join all together, and finally they can change something together. That means even Peak, even Galliard, Reiner, okay, Zeke, we are going to talk about it later. But I hope everybody can join and they can change the world somehow. Because previously there was always these fighting between titans. Okay, you have to stay on this side or on this side. You choose. Blah 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 blah. But maybe there was a moment in which, fortunately, they will join all together and they change things. That's what I hope. But okay, judging from what happened in this episode, I have bad feelings coming. But okay, let's go. Anyway, yeah, Reiner. We see Reiner for a few seconds in this episode, so I can't say more than this. Just that mm, I liked these eyes looking at Eren. This eye, because there was just one eye, but it was enough to speak instead of saying anything. Sometimes eyes can speak, and I think Reiner's eye spoke without saying anything. I really enjoyed that moment. Okay, I will skip Eren for a little bit because Eren, I think it will be the last one to be analyzed in these comments and thoughts because there are so many things to say. But let me go on with Mikasa. Okay, I go on with Mikasa by saying that the first time we see Mikasa in this episode is when she's taking Eren away, and Eren is about to go inside this Zeppelin. I will talk about Armin later, of course, but the eyes of Mikasa here are well portrayed because Mikasa is in front of um, bad reality. I mean, Mikasa always wants to protect her family, and right now the only family she has is Eren, and the other family she has is the Scouts. So we have two different visions of a family for Mikasa, but I think the most important member of her life is Eren since the beginning, and she will never think that other people are more important than him. And when she's still attached, I mean, she's hanging on the Zeppelin, we see these few seconds of this frame in which we see her eyes, and her eyes are so disillusioned because now she realizes that Eren can't come back to what he was before, and she has just to accept this because, as I told you already in other comments and thoughts, she can't go against her family. Would you like to go against your family? I don't think so. So even if your family is making a mistake, especially in this case, we see Mikasa as if she's his mother more than his friend or his lover. But so a mother can't go against her sons or her daughters, even if a mother knows that this kid is making a mistake. She will never betray, or she will never um, say no, you're not my son anymore, like the mom, like Historia's mom. This will never happen. In this case, Mikasa, she is facing the truth of what Eren is becoming, or she's facing the truth about what's happening next, because as she said, there's no turning back. I mean, you did what you did, but in her opinion it was wrong, But anyway, she's still supporting him because she can't erase the importance of that person because of this mistake. And I totally agree with her behavior because usually I am like Mikasa a little bit. I mean, with my dear people, even if they make mistakes, then I always try to find a way to go on no matter what. And I don't know if this is right to you or wrong, or if she's overprotecting Eren, but I think that if you have a kid, you can imagine what this means, because only when you have a child you can understand these type of feelings. Even if I still believe, just this is just my personal opinion, okay, I still think that Mikasa is not just the mom here, because she promised Carla to protect Eren no matter what. So she's always following a promise she made to Carla. And I think Carla is, even if she died in episode one, she's still one of the most important characters throughout all this story, because Carla made Eren as he is somehow. And even if I think if Carla would have been alive still, I don't think she would agree what Eren is doing, and probably she would have snapped on his face more and more and more. But I think that Carla is still alive somehow, not just through Mikasa, but through Eren and what he's doing. So, but at the same time, yeah, Mikasa, I think she loves Eren, and it's not like a mother. I think she really loves that person who saved her since day one, who protected her since day one, who promised her, look, I will put that scarf around you anytime you want. So, in my opinion, that one in season two was a love declaration. Anyway, but okay, I have these feelings. And I like when before they reached the Zeppelin, I like when she said to Erin, now it's time to go to our home. And in Japanese is so powerful because it says "watashitachi no ie ni," and this "watashitachi no ie ni" in Japanese, it sounds so powerful. It makes you understand how the concept of home is really essential, is really important. It's like as if you belong to this house. And that house is so important to me because the house, the theme of the house here is well portrayed in this episode, and then I'm going to analyze all the things regarding it. But the house, the theme of the house here is so important. And the fact that Mikasa still belongs to this house, not just the physical house, but even the concept of a family, the concept of a house as something safe, something you can belong and you can feel happy again. Or maybe this house reminds her of good memories. So she's still stuck over there because she knows that over there only she can be happy again, and she hopes that even Eren can come back to that sort of a home where she can feel peaceful, happy again. She's trying her best to make Eren understand what he's doing and how can he come back to a sort of a peace of mind. Of course she will never be able to do it, in my opinion, but she's always pushing herself. She's always trying, and that's the best thing to do, because when you love a person, no matter the love you have for this person, you keep going on until that person understands the mistakes. And the fact that Mikasa is so stubborn and she still wants to protect Eren no matter what makes me understand that that type of love is not just the love of a mother, it's not just the love of a sister, but she loves Eren even as a lover because she feels so powerful thanks to that love that she can go beyond everything. So um, I love how she loves Eren, the way she loves Eren. It could have been even Armin or other people. In this case, we have Eren. So it's not just a ship. I mean, many people are shipping Eren and Mikasa because of many other reasons, but the important thing is how Mikasa can see Eren. She can see him as a savior since the beginning, since the first time she met him. So try to put let's throughout these comments and thoughts, of course, as I'm always doing, let's try to put ourselves in these people's position and try to understand their feelings, their thoughts, the way they act, and stuff like that. And then I'm going to tell you my opinions. I mean, what I would have done if I could change some things. But in this case, yeah, Mikasa, she is one of my favorite characters ever because of the love she feels and how she's pushing herself to go on. That's amazing. But don't forget that concept of house, because we are going to see this house in many different ways, not just physically speaking. I mean, not just because a house, or, as we all know, but as a concept, as a feeling most of the times. Um, okay, these eyes of Mikasa, they are so sad because of what I said. And try to focus on those eyes because we saw the same eyes when she rescued Eren in the no, in the episode after the declaration of war. I mean, when she's appearing as her first time, she is so beautiful. But anyway, uh, and we saw this kind of a protection she has, even when Levi is kicking it and he's about to be kicked, or they are all against it, and she for an instant she has this instinct, okay, as Reiner has, even if it's a different instinct. But in this case, she has this instinct to protect Eren, no matter what, no matter if other people are against him. And we saw this behavior throughout all the seasons. And many people say that this behavior is boring, but I don't think so. Because if you love a person, if you really love a person, and especially in this case, because when Mikasa is also like a mother to Eren, you probably understand this just when you have a kid, and she's doing her best, she's coherent, and she's not boring at all, because many times people prefer to see a change of character. I mean, you like to see, oh, she's turning bad now or she's turning good now. No, I also like people who keep staying coherent. And I think Mikasa is one of these examples. She's really coherent, and I admire. I really admire her love to Eren, because I think many people would like to have a person like Mikasa in their lives, even if they complain and they say she's boring. I don't think so. I really don't think so. She loves Eren, and she loved Carla too, and she has to respect the promise she made to her. She can't break that promise. She can't, because Carla was the one who saved her together with Grisha when she needed. So she can't. Okay, then another type of eyes Mikasa has throughout this episode is when Sasha dies. Those eyes are full of pain, and she's crying a lot. I think she's crying because Sasha, as much as the others somehow, but I think Sasha in particular, she was one of the friends she got in touch with, except for Armin and Eren, because Armin and Eren, she knew them since the beginning of this story. But Sasha, little by little, she got in touch with her since the first episodes of season one. So even Mikasa saw that Sasha was different, a little bit different, but she started loving her more and more the more she went on with this relationship. So I think, yes, Sasha was the first female character getting in touch with her in a different way, and maybe this pain This feeling reflects the fact that she lost another piece of her second family. I told you already, the first family is Eren and Armin, more Eren than Armin, somehow, but even Armin, yes. Let's say that the first family is Eren and Armin, and the second family is the other scouts, or the scouts in general, seen as family. So the fact that Sasha died, she lost a member of her second family. And as we all know, for Mikasa, family is quite important, quite dear. So she felt it. And once again, I think through that eyes, while she's crying for Sasha, she is still thinking, this world is cruel, but it's also really beautiful. That means this world is cruel because I have to say goodbye to you, but at the same time, it's a really beautiful world because I had the chance to meet you. So there is always this contraposition between cruelty and beautiful things happening in this story. So I think, yeah, she really felt it. She was really sad. Then let's see what's going to happen. But I think Mikasa was hit by this pain because she she was so deeply in touch with Sasha somehow. Do you remember in season one when they are when she says that it's Sasha's fault, or Sasha, look, I have this big piece of a pan of bread, look, I'm going to eat it. This is sort of a strange relationship she had with Sasha was really precious in my opinion. Okay, now we go on talking about Gabi. Um, uh, Look, we touched this weak point, Gabi. Okay, first of all, let me analyze Gabi's step by step. Gabi's scenes step by step, so we understand my opinions regarding her. We see her when she sees that the scouts are going away, and she's saying this, they are going away, as if we are in season one somehow, and Eren sees that the Titans are going away, and she's staying over there as much as Eren stayed over there. Okay, first of all, I wanted to say one thing, just to be clear. Many people compare characters. Many people decided to compare Eren with Gabi. For some reasons, I agree with you. If you believe that they are the same somehow, okay, that's true. But I don't want to compare them. As I said many times in the comments, I think even if sometimes they have the same scenes or the same sort of feelings or the same facial expressions, I still believe that they are different. I still believe that Gabi and Eren can't be compared. But let's go on. Anyway, in this case, I can compare them because she had the same facial expression and she was so sad because they are living without me doing anything positive for my dear people. So, yes, in that case, they can seem the same because they have the same reaction. They are going away. It's impossible for me to let them go away. That's the same attitude even Eren had in season one or season two. Many other times he was defeated somehow. Um, but by saying this, she's creating a sort of stubborn attitude because the fact that they are going away, it's impossible for her to let them go away. So she is turning. In the previous moments she seems, oh no, they are going away, but then no way, they can't go away. So the fact that she's pushing herself, that's what a warrior is, and that's what a Reiner is too. I said it at the beginning of these comments and thoughts. She is a warrior, so she can't let them go away. It's part of her life mission. She was instructed like that. No matter what, you have to defeat the enemy. So the fact that they are going away, that's wrong. They can't go away. It's just a warrior attitude. It's not that we have to feel hate for her. So I definitely think that's just part of her attitude. And if we put ourselves in her position, that's what we are doing right now, and throughout all these comments and thoughts, she's doing the right thing for herself. I mean, for her vision, for her ideals. And that's another big theme of this story, the ideals people have. And we are going to see throughout these comments and thoughts, and even throughout the rewatch on Thursday. But anyway, and then she is saying once again, look, Eren Yeager, I'm going to kill you. And she doesn't want to give up. That's what a warrior is, once again. So it could have been Eren, it could have been Paradise in general. She doesn't want to give up about this thought because that's how she was instructed. That's how she was brainwashed to behave. And I say this since episode 1 or episode 2, I don't remember. But that's what Gabi is. And but even if she's like this, I hope she can change. I mean, I hope she can change her mind because you behave like this because you were instructed until you find ways to understand that your behavior was a little bit wrong or a little bit too stubborn. I hope she can see the world in a different way as much as Rainer or Eren see the different world that they are living in right now. So I think it's just about time. I mean, I think Gabi too can understand different things. The more she's experiencing different things, especially now. Okay, but anyway, um, I really like the intensity you see in Gabi's eyes. As I said, the Mappa Studio is underlining really nicely the eyes because through eyes you can even understand the feelings these characters have, and this is really precious. I really like Mappa style because they are focusing on the eyes no matter what, and no matter the characters. I mean, all characters are the same because thanks to their eyes they can express their feelings, and I really like the Gabi's eyes. You can see the pain, you can see the suffering, you can see the revenge, you can see the warrior she is through her eyes. So thanks, Mappa. Thank you as always. um but then there is a moment in which she's with Falco, and of course I will talk about Falco later. But she is going back to the memories she has about how Zofia, about how Udo, about how these guards were killed. And thanks to these flashbacks that usually Shingeki no Kyojin has, characters can develop their character too. I mean, thanks to these flashbacks, they can discover what they feel, the step forward. I mean, when they go on. And in fact, she's thinking about Zofia and she feels pain. She thinks about Udo and she feels pain. She thinks about the guards and she feels pain because she says, no matter if these guards, they were over there and they were, let's say, against aliens, in that moment they were protecting me. So she's saying people in a different way already, because let's say that those guards, they were over there to confine her all the times, to let her feel inferior, to let her feel different. Okay, but at the same time she is seeing in those guards something different, something she could have never imagined, because they were kind in that war moment. They preferred to save her, to protect her. So that's why I'm saying that I really hope that Gabi in the future can see the world in a different way. And probably she is starting a little bit to see the world in a different way, even if for her, for all her beliefs, For all the things she believed till now, it's impossible to believe that the world is different, because that means, was I tricked all this time? What's the meaning of my life if the world is different? Try, okay, I'm trying to put myself in her position, but so you should do too. Because try to imagine you live your life in a certain way, and suddenly everything you believed in is falling down. All of your beliefs, all of your thoughts, all of your ideals, all of your missions, everything is falling down. At the beginning, you say, no, 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 no. This is impossible. Look, I lived many years like this, so it's impossible that the world is like they say. No. So at the beginning, there is always this way to erase this possibility, because otherwise your life is meaningless. Do you understand? So probably that's why Gabi is acting like this. No, 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 no. Falco, don't say like that. Why are you saying like that? It's not because she doesn't want to believe it, but because she's forcing herself not to believe to these things. Because otherwise, her entire life is meaningless, and she's going to become probably Raina too. Number two, that means even Rainer, when he realized this, he said, my life was pointless. My life was meaningless. Okay, it's better if I kill myself. So I understand Gabi. Then, if you ask me if I like her, is something different. But I understand why she's saying, no, 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 no. What you're saying is wrong. Because she's not saying it to Falco, she's saying it to herself, to try to convince herself that what other people are saying is wrong. Otherwise, there is this great disillusion that it's happening later anyway when she discovers about Zeke. But it's better not to believe, because if you believe, you discover that what you did till now was pointless. In fact, she's saying, they were protecting me. And I am aware of all the bad things happened to me throughout all these years. I was always considered inferior. I was always considered in a bad way. People were spitting on me when I was passing through the streets, I mean, on the road or whatever. So I wanted to prove all these people that they were wrong. So the intentions Gabi has, they are not wrong. They are nice, because she's saying, I'm a good person. I'm trying to show you that I am a good person. So the first intention is good. I mean, the intention, if we talk about the roots of this intention, this is good. She's proving the people that she's not wrong. She's a good person. But what she's doing to prove this is wrong. That means to kill everybody on the other side. Let's kill everybody. Yeah. It's like Reiner. I mean, do you remember Reiner? He said, oh, look, I'm going to become the Armor Titan because I wanted to become a hero. And by becoming a hero, I want that other people accomplish me. I mean, they praise me, that they will understand I am a good person. But how can you be a good person by killing other people? It's impossible. So she is the same as Reiner. She is doing the same things that Reiner did when he was a kid. But the difference is that Gabi, she's skilled, and Reiner was not so much skilled. But as you saw right now, Galliard is almost dead, and he was saved by Reiner. So I think, and I hope that Galliard is going to say, "Thank you, Reiner. You saved me at the end of the time, at the end of the day." Because if you were not here, probably I would have been killed. As you can see, karma. Somehow karma is ruling here too. Think about it. If Reiner was not becoming the Armor Titan, right now Galliard could have been saved. But in this case, Yes, Gabi, she's like Rainer when he was a kid. And that's why Rainer asked the Falco, please protect Gabi because I don't want she's turning like I did. I mean, I don't want she's suffering like I did. And he was right because now she's suffering as much as Rainer did. When Rainer recognized that the world was different, he was like, uh oh, maybe all of my life was pointless. Gabi, she's feeling the same, but she's refusing to believe this. It's an attitude that even common people in real life have. Many times it happens in real life, like something like this. Look, I'm going to tell you the truth. Listen to me. No, 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 no. That can't be the truth. No, no, no. Come on. When you say something like this, it's just because you are excusing yourself of everything you did until now, or you're just excusing the system that let you become what you became. So I totally understand her somehow. I understand her point of view. But anyway, um, and as I said, yes, there is this contraposition. Becoming a good person by killing other people. You can't become a good person by killing other people, but she can't realize this because she was instructed to be like this, to be a warrior anyway. So we have to see Gabi's mind as a warrior mind, as much as Rainer had the same mind. But that Rainer was a little bit lucky because he could experience with his own eyes and his own feelings that the other side was something else. Something else. But I think she will discover it too because now she's on the Zeppelin. Now life is going to change for Gabi too. I hope so. I really hope so. But anyway, then we have to see this point of view too. Now Gabi sees Paradise people as the bad people who took her house away. One more time, the theme of the house, because for Gabi, the house is Liberio. I mean, the house is Falco and the others. The house is Zofia, Udo, the guards. All her routine. When you have a routine and suddenly someone is about to crash or to smash your routine forever, you feel in danger. You feel as if those are the bad guys because they ruined my routine. They ruined my day life, my life, okay, in general. So, and also they are the bad guys because they don't let her become what she was supposed to become. That means the good person in front of the world. So they are bad not just because they attacked her house, her routine, but they are bad also because I wanted to become a good girl for the world, to show that aliens are good. But then these people arrived and this possibility now it's gone. So I can see, I can feel her world crashing down somehow. Um, then she's seeing this internment zone as her house, but then I understand Falco, and I'm going to analyze Falco later. But when she's asking, did you see what you say happening? I mean, when she's asking Falco, because Falco is saying some things, but then she said, did you see what you said happening? And Falco says, no. Okay, I will talk about Falco later, but Gabi, you're asking, have you ever seen what you said happening? She said, no, I didn't see that happening too. She's wrong because she also saw Reiner's experience throughout his speech. throughout his eyes. And do you remember when she said, "Ah, Aunt Karina told me that, I mean, makes me feel as if she understood you're a little bit different." Okay. So even from there, she has a direct experience to a person who went to paradise. So it's not true when she says, "No, I didn't see anything about the paradise people. So I can't tell they are in a good position too." No, you're wrong. You have Reiner as the first experience. Reiner went there, so Reiner can tell you everything if he wants, or you can detect it from his eyes and from his pain what he felt. So, Gabi, you're wrong here. You have a direct experience. It's your cousin, but she is not paying the right attention on him because she still believes that these people are bad because that's why Reiner is like this right now, etc., 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 etc. She doesn't want it to move from that belief. And that's the wrong thing she's doing. Because no matter if you are a child or she's not a child, she's a teenager, and it's different. Because when you're a child, you have a different mind. But when you are a teenager, you start getting your own info and you start collecting them. You start deciding what to believe, what not to believe. So being a child and being a teenager is a totally different thing. But then she also heard Reiner's speech. She knows because she asked Reiner after the speech, "What do you say? Are they are all the same? I mean, aliens in paradise are all the same, Reiner. What are you saying? Why do you say we have different types of people?" So also from that, she realized already that something was wrong, but she doesn't want to believe this. Because if she believes this, her world is done. Her life is done. She was fighting for what? She was becoming a warrior for what? She could have played with the toys, with the dolls instead. No, she became a warrior. So she had a purpose in her mind. But once this purpose is over, her life is over. So it's better if I don't believe what they say. Hope you understand what I mean. Um, then, then she is saying, she keeps saying, "No, they are not like us. We are different." No, you're not different because she still has to know the reality. She still has to know the truth. But I'm talking as if I already know the truth, of course, because I am like an omniscient viewer in this moment. So Gabi, of course, doesn't know. But I am an external person watching everything, so I can tell her, "No, you're the same, my dear," because many of you who don't want to go on to praise Marley, they are turning into titans and they go to paradise. Or they are confined over there because of this. So you are the same. Because once you decided to stop this mission, you become the same as them. So you are the same. You are aliens versus aliens. You are going one against the other one. That's wrong. You should unify your power. I mean, you should stay all together. But this is impossible for her to think something like this. We can think something like this because we saw the entire story from the outside. But from her point of view, it's impossible to think like this, something like this, because she was educated like this. And that's why I can't stay on Marley's side. They educate, they brainwash, they do something bad. I can't stand this. Then, another thing. Um, okay, but then we will analyze this with Falco. But anyway, whew, I hope you understand. But then, Gabi, by going on with Gabi, um, another thing, she seems like Eren, even if I want to repeat you this, Gabi and Eren are two different characters. We can compare them just with a few sentences they say, with um, the reaction they have, the eyes reaction they have, some frames that are so similar, so identical most of the times. But I think the pain they feel is different because their lives were different. I mean, in a different context, a different environment, a different situation. So I just wanted to compare this that I'm about to say right now, but I don't wanted to say that they are the same. No, all characters in Shingeki no Kyojin, they are different. They are moved by a different mission. They are moved by a different ideal. They are moved by different beliefs. So they are different. We can't compare them. Okay, that's my opinion. Then, if you wanted to compare them and if you wanted to say that they are the same, it's your own choice. That's what I believe. They are not the same. They are the same just for a few sentences they say, for the intensity maybe. These characters are saying those sentences, the eyes, or sometimes the pain, but even the pain is different, in my opinion. Even the pain they feel is different. Okay, but anyway, what it's similar to Eren here is the way she wants to sacrifice herself no matter what. I mean, before reaching the Zeppelin, she's saying um, to Falco, look, um, I'm about to go, and so say to mom, dad, Reiner, and all the others that I fought till the end. That means that she is not afraid to sacrifice herself for the sake of her dearest people. That's a certain thing that is almost the same as Eren, because even in you should pay attention on episode 59, okay, of Shingeki no Kyojin season 3 part 2, because over there, and I said it already in the rewatch video, go and check it out. Over there, you understand why Eren is doing what he is doing, in my opinion. Okay, let's go on with this flow. Let's go on with the flow. Um, if you check episode 59, even Eren is saying the same thing. No matter if I have to sacrifice my life for the sake of others, of course, not for himself, for the sake of others, I will do it. So here, Gabi, yes, she doesn't care about her anymore, but she's doing this because she's a warrior. I mean, because of her mission, initial mission, but also to rescue all the others left. So that means Reiner, Galliard, Peak, all her dearest people, even Falco in this case. Okay, but um, and then she's saying, if I'm not winning today, you can go on pushed by my will. So that means that she's ready to be sacrificed. She is not scared at all. She goes straight to the point. She wants her personal revenge, but also she wants to fulfill her mission because she wants to prove herself once again that she can do it. And most of the things Gabi is doing, she's doing those things to prove herself that she can still trust the life she was supposed to live since the beginning. She's not trying to convince the others. She's convincing herself first. Because right now her life is almost ruined. I mean, her beliefs are falling down. So she has to keep believing in what she always believed in. Otherwise, it's like Reiner. It's better if I'm done. Okay? And then she says, Falco, you were one of the kindest ones. I mean, something like that. Yeah. She should thank Falco somehow. And that makes you understand that Gabi, she is not sure about herself as she was before. I mean, she's sure about herself because she keeps saying, I can do it, I'm perfect. Yeah, I will do it and I will revenge everybody who cares, blah, 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 blah. She still has this brave attitude, this narcissistic attitude as always, but at the same time, she is praising Falco, something that she has never done before. Because till now, Falco was she was like a Galliard, okay? Falco, you're useless, or Falco, you're too kind. Falco, blah blah blah. Falco, blah blah blah. But at the same time, we see that Falco is turning upside down because he is becoming one of the greatest characters, in my opinion, of this season and all on regarding this story. But anyway, she's recognizing Falco somehow. And that's something changing because usually she was not doing this. So, point for Gabi, in this case, she is changing. She is changing somehow. Even if you see her in a different way, I mean, even if you see that Gabi is always the same, blah, 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 I will do it, I will do that. But if you put yourself in her position, she's just keeping this shield that is about to be broken really soon. And she's doing her best to keep it over there. Because if the shield is breaking, Gabi's beliefs are destroyed. Anyway, the fear, okay? The fear Falco has is something unbelievable. I'm about to talk about Falco really soon. But as I said, the eyes here in this season are really important. The eyes Gabi has while shooting Sasha, they are full of anger, full of revenge, vengeance in this case, but even full of her will to show herself that she can make it. Because now it's my turn to prove myself that I'm still doing the proper things. Those eyes were full of everything. And and then how she's shooting. I mean, how precise she is, and the good memory, the perfect memory she has in her mind. That means I will never forget what you Sasha did to Carlo, but she doesn't know this bracket, but also to the guards. I will never forget that. This sentence, I will never forget that, is the same as Eren when Carla died. I will never forget this. I mean, he didn't say it, but he felt it. Okay? And in fact, Eren doesn't want to forget this till now. So that same attitude, yes, we can say that is almost the same. Yeah, I will never forget what you did. So now it's my time to finish you. That I will never forget is one of the purposes of Eren's character, and it can be similar to Gabi here. And fortunately, Falco is stopping the second shot. Otherwise, Jan was over too. I mean, look, guys, we were lucky in this case because she was about to kill them all. That's her mission. So for some reasons, even if I properly don't like Gabi, but at the same time, I can understand her because it's her mission. As much as I understood Reiner in episode 2 or 3, I understand her now too. It's her mission. It's her entire life. But I don't understand or I don't like her when she has already some proofs in front of her and she still keeps going on. I mean, I don't like it, but I understand it. I don't like it because when in front of you, you have a proofs that you are making a mistake, you should change because you're no more a child. You were never been a child. She was born as a warrior since she was a child. So she can't be considered as a child. She is an adult already. because she was supposed to be a warrior since day one. Since she was a child. So for some reasons, we can't treat her as a child. She's an adult. But at the same time, when you have the proofs you're wrong, you should change your mind. But as I said, she doesn't want to do it. She's refusing to do this for her own sake, for her own beliefs she had throughout her entire life. Otherwise, her life is meaningless. Do you understand? This, I mean, in my opinion, that's why Gabi is behaving like this. Even if that, of course, if you ask me, do you agree with her? No. Of course, no. Absolutely no. I am more like Falco. But I will explain you why later. Um, then, of course, when she's shooting Sasha and the Chosa Heidan is replying by kicking her like that, some people said she deserves it. Mm, you were complaining when the people said, how can you be happy about Udo and Zofia treated like that? But now you say that Gabi deserves to be punched like that. It's a little bit antithetical. I mean, it's incoherent. If we have to protect the kids, teenagers in this case, we should protect the teenagers always, okay? And not just when it's convenient. So the Chosen Hidden, they were hitting hard, and that's wrong, okay, somehow. But if we put ourselves in Chosen Hidden's position, I can still understand them because they lost Sasha and it's part of their family. We should understand them both. Then if you ask me what I like or what I don't like is something different. But here we are putting ourselves in all characters' positions. So, of course, both they have their own rights. Then when she's looking at John, because she's trying to challenge them, and when she's doing like something like this, she's no more a teenager. We can't consider her as the poor child, the poor teenager, the poor kid. No, she's a challenging an adult in a demonic way. I mean, when she's turning the head like this, she's like a demon. Don't you think? If you watch a lot of horror movies and you see when there are some exorcisms and stuff like that, she seems like a demon. She seems to be possessed by her own mission. She doesn't even seem Gabi like the nice kid we saw during the festival when they were all celebrating and all eating thanks to Reiner. Okay? She seems like a demon. So, Gabi, sorry to say to you this, but you are the same as them. I mean, you consider them demons, but you, in this case, you look like a demon more than them, sincerely. That's why you understand this incoherence to say, no, we are different. Are you sure? I don't think so. Um, and then she keeps going on because she is stuck over there in her beliefs. But I explained you why a few minutes ago she's doing this. She says, we are going to go on and kill all of you, no matter if I'm dying or not. Just remember this. Other people will come and kill you, ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. Is like a Karina's life motive, okay? repeating the same sentences, okay? And we understand from this she's brainwashed. That's it. That's it. She keeps following those sentences because it's better for her own sake to repeat them. It's like when you start saying that you're making a mistake and you repeat those sentences in your mind. No, you're making a mistake. Go back to your thoughts. Remember what was good to say, what was good to hear, blah 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 blah, and you go back to the path of a brainwashed mind. This is something typical when you are brainwashed and you try to move on the other way. No, 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 no. Let's go back. It's impossible to think something different till now, but I still hope she is going to change her mind. And probably now that she's on the Zeppelin and now that she's going back to Paradise because they don't want to launch them from the Zeppelin, she can have her proofs somehow. I hope so. I hope so. And then when she says we are the true aliens, oh come on, that, that's something ridiculous. But she's saying this because she was instructed like this. But from our point of view, that's ridiculous. Come on, the true aliens, come on, you are the same. See, there is two different layers. The first layer, we should put ourselves on character's position. But then there is the viewer layer. I mean, the layer of the person who already knows all the info, but Gabi doesn't know those info. Okay, but we know. So we have two different reactions. The first reaction, oh, poor Gabi, she's brainwashed. Of course she's saying like that. And then we have the second layer. Come on, what are you saying? You're all the same? Come on. Okay, so every time we have these two different reactions, and we have to pay attention to all of them because they are both right. Okay, we can't decide which one to take. We should take them both. Of course. We are like the omniscient viewers. We owe something they don't know, but they are going to discover it later. So, and then when she discovers about Zeke, the disillusion, the typical disillusion even Reiner had in a different way. But this is heavy. This is really heavy to handle. She trusted Zeke since day one. She had Zeke over there all the times. She was emulating Zeke, of course, as all the others, because, oh, he was the chief commander. Oh, yeah. Disillusion. Now, her eyes, I mean, Gabi's eyes are, oh, what's the meaning of my life now? Oh, I was instructed like this through thanks to you, Zeke. What's wrong? What's the meaning of my life now? The typical disillusional moment, of course. But Falco, even if he is shocked, he's already a step forward than Gabi. And that's what I believe, yeah. Okay, these are my thoughts regarding Gabi. Of course, if I have something else to say in the rewatch, I'm going to say it. Talking about Sasha. That's hard. That was really hard to watch. Really, really hard. I think when I really rewatch it, I will almost cry once again. And just to let you know, I cried even after. I mean, I didn't use the tissues during the episode, but I used the tissues once the episode was over. So, yes, I used my tissues. Look, before talking about Sasha, because I wanted to say something really nice, etc., 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 I prefer to go on because otherwise there is not a connection with the other characters. But anyway, yes, I wanted to go on with the with Armin, really quick, with Armin. Okay, the glance. I mean, the glimpse of an eye that he gave to Eren when he was almost coming inside the Zeppelin. Oh, it was like a speech without voice. I mean, that silenced moment in which Mikasa, Armin, and Eren are looking at one another, that was amazing. Because Armin has this power. If you look him in the eyes, he can speak to you. Especially if Eren is looking at his eyes, he can speak to him. He is contrary. I mean, he doesn't agree with what Eren is doing. But at the same time, like Mikasa is doing, he is giving his hand to rescue him because he has always done it. I mean, till season one, Armin is coherent. He can agree or he can't agree some of the things Eren is doing or how Eren is reacting to all these things. But at the end of the day, he is a dear friend. He is his best friend. He is like a brother to him. So he can't go against his feelings or he can't go his family, his house somehow. And of course, that was really beautiful to see that hand. We always see throughout the seasons. Um, it was really nice, but at the same time, Armin stops Mikasa when she's trying to save her from Levi's attack. And I agree with him in that moment too, because Eren is not a god. Eren is a human being, even if he's a titan, and he's making a mistake. When he's making a mistake, of course we are keeping supporting him, but we have to underline what Eren is doing. And if he's doing a mistake, it's better for them to say it. So even if it's painful, we have to tell Eren that he's making a mistake. And that was good too, because that's what parents or brothers and sisters do when we make a mistake. Our parents are over there to tell us, you made a mistake. And it's good for Eren to realize this. And to, even if I have another idea about Eren, but from their point of view, it's the proper thing to do. So, yes, I agree. And, but no matter what, they are still there because they came to save him. So, you're making a mistake. It's good for us to tell you this, but at the same time, we are here because anyway, we love you somehow, and not somehow we love you. So I agree with what Armin did, definitely. Oh, let's talk about Levi because many people were complaining. I mean, many people were saying, Levi, what are you doing? Are you attacking him? Well, you came to save him. Well, yeah, he is doing this to protect you. Blah, 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 blah. Why did you attack him? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, first of all, I like Levi. I like Levi for many reasons, and now I'm going to explain why. First of all, he is not agreeing with what Eren is doing. He's totally contrary to this because probably, and I'm saying probably, they had a different plan, but Eren is an instinctive person. I mean, he's following his instinct most of the things because he's a Shingeki no Kyojin. So we don't have to forget the purpose of his Titan. He's a Titan who keeps going on fighting. That's what the Shingeki means in Japanese. Okay? Shin means to move on, to go on. Egeki means fighting. That means he is this person we see right now. He is following his true nature, let's say. Okay? But Levi is against him because probably they are always following his instinct, but sometimes it's better to modulate this instinct and to listen to others. Even if for Eren, this is something unbelievable, impossible, okay? But in my opinion, of course, Levi kicked Eren like season one. So it was something nostalgic. He also said it. That was a nostalgic moment. I I liked that moment. Sorry to say, but okay. But at the same time, I think Levi really cares about Eren because Levi is seeing himself through Eren, and he really hoped till all this time that he couldn't have become like him in the past. And that's why he's underlying this underground experience in Paradise when he's saying, "Look, you remind me of those people who live in the background, in the underground. That means you reminds me of that time in which I was underground too, and I did something bad, and I was pushing myself thanks to violence, thanks to bad things without even thinking. Then, of course, Erwin arrived. If you followed the OVA, OAV, whatever, Erwin arrived and Levi's life changed. But before that moment, he was violent. He was something that was totally different from what he is now. And I think Levi is older than Eren, of course, so he has more experience, and he doesn't want that Eren is having the same ending he had at that time. So I think he cares when he is kicking Eren, when he is saying bad things to Eren. We should interpret Levi in a different way, because Levi has his own way to react and his own way to show that he cares. And in these ways are totally different from other characters. When we talk about Mikasa, it's obvious, okay? She cares because she has a different attitude, a different way to show her feelings. Levi has other ways. And I think while he was kicking him, he was not kicking him because he's hating him, but he's kicking him because he hopes that he can get it. I mean, he can understand that Levi is doing this to protect Eren, to he's caring about Eren more than others, maybe because he lived a moment in his life. I mean, Levi lived a moment of his life when he was hopeless and he was carrying on. I mean, he was going on just thanks to violence and thanks to instinct. And sometimes it's good. I mean, if you're an instinctive person, that's good. But some other times, it depends on the times. I mean, some other times it's better to think more and then act. Eren still has to understand this, but it's impossible for him to understand this because he's the Shingeki no Kyojin. So, but I understand Levi because he really cares about Eren in a different way, but he knows what does it feel. So he doesn't want that Eren is going on with that attitude he also had in the past. Of course, I like Levi because he's the only one who's challenging Eren and who's looking Eren from top to bottom. I like this attitude because Eren seems invincible. I mean, Eren seems that one who nobody can stop him and stuff like that now, blah, 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 blah. But Levi is the only one who has this attitude that means, I don't mind who you are, you should listen to me. I like it because even if he is shorter than Eren, compared to, I mean, the height, he can be higher than Eren because Levi's eyes are so powerful and he's not scared about anything. So he doesn't even care. Because the most important thing is that you understand what I'm about to tell you, Eren. You should understand me somehow. It's a sort of a challenge with the eyes. Also in that case, Mappa was great because of the eyes contact. I mean, these eyes looking at one another. That was really beautiful. He is punishing Eren as if we are in season 1. But, and now I'm checking the points of view of Levi. I mean, I'm putting myself in his position, okay? He is punishing him because of this impulsive attitude Eren has, or he is punishing him because he doesn't care about his comrades. This is Levi's opinion. I mean, this is Levi's point of view if I put myself in his position, okay? Or because there is this contrast between, are you protecting us? Or are you pushing yourself because of your selfishness behavior and because of your pride? I think Levi is attacking, I mean, he's going against Eren in this moment because he wants to understand what is he doing. Are you doing this for us? Or are you doing this for your own sake and because of you being as a singular member? I mean, here in this episode, it seems that we have Chosahedan versus Eren. So it seems that they have started the two different paths. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm really curious about this because we should understand more about Eren's decisions. I don't think Eren is doing this because he likes it, as always. I think, okay, I'm going to talk about it later. And from some point of view, do you remember in the first seasons we said, I mean, they said, but also we were convinced, without Eren, we can't go on with our future. I mean, we need Eren for our future to be seen after the walls. But right now it's totally the opposite. I mean, in this episode, we understand somehow, if we go on like this with Eren, probably there is no future for us. Can you see the contraposition, the difference between one season and the other one, or between the 3 seasons before this and this season? This is totally the contrary. The feeling is different. So, wow, this story has the power to change things and to turn them upside down, episode after episode. That's why I really like this story. Um, and then another attitude Levi has, and I totally understand this too, he doesn't like Zeke. I mean, that's what I felt. No matter what, I mean, no matter if Zeke is on their side right now, he doesn't like him because he can't forget what happened thanks to him. And this is something that Levi can't forget. Do you remember the theme? I can't forget those things no matter what. I will never forget those things. At the end, at the end, I'm going to tell you all these themes and all the people involved with all these themes. But anyway, yeah. And when he said, "Oh, look," when he's answering to Zeke, because Zeke is saying, "Look, if you look like me, if you look at me like this, I'm going to pee on my pants," or something like that. And then he is saying, "Oh, look, I'm going to keep this for the final moments because the best is yet to come," or something like that. And then he said, "I like to taste the savor." Look at that moment. I really like Levi. I like how he answers Zeke because, as I told you, he's not afraid of anybody. Levi saw already many things in his life, and he's not afraid anymore of anybody. So his attitude is part of what he experienced before. And here we have so many examples about this. But he doesn't like Zeke at all. And I can understand Levi. He can't like a person who destroyed his comrade's life. He can't. No matter what's your plan, no matter, I will never forget what you did anyway. So, okay. Then we have Flock. Flock, he is coherent. Even if people can dislike him, he is coherent with what he is saying. He is praising the victory because he wins. He and all the others won. So they can't say, "Oh, poor, we killed lots of people, poor." No, because he's still coherent with the thing that if you attack me, then I will I attack you too. So don't expect from me empathy at all. That's the character of a Flock. He has never had empathy for anybody, even for Armin. He didn't have empathy for Armin at the end of season 3, part 2. So why should he have empathy for the enemy? Impossible. Impossible. Absolutely. And another thing, when he said, okay, this is one thing I don't understand. When he is talking about this new alien empire, that's strange because you killed aliens. So this new alien empire is created based on killing aliens. That's what Gabi is doing with the aliens. I mean, that's the same thing. If you compare it, if you wanted to compare, I mean, Flock is creating a new alien empire by killing all the other aliens. And Gabi, she wants to become a warrior and to praise herself of what she's doing by killing other aliens. If we wanted to compare, they are almost the same ones in this case. So we have a Gabi on Paradiso side somehow, somehow, not entirely. Um, And then when they are celebrating, okay, like this, yeah, we won, yeah, is the same scene we saw in Midnight Train in episode 2 when Gabi and all the others are, yeah, they are happy because they won the war against the Southeast forces. Do you remember? That's the same, don't you think? If you compare these two scenes of the victory, yeah, in the moment that they are celebrating, that's almost the same. But they are winning a war, but they are winning just a battle. But what about winning the entire war? It will take time, I guess. And but yeah, I saw this comparison too between these two scenes. They are always aliens praising of a victory for killing other people. So that's a war, typical war scene. Um, and then Flocco is taking Gabi from her hair, and he's saying, "I'm going to launch them from the Zeppelin." Ooh, that was cruel. That was really intense. And many people don't pay attention about Flock, but that was really intense. His vengeance, I mean, the will of revenge here is he's taking Flock to a point in which he's not human anymore. I mean, look, I'm going to launch this kid from the Zeppelin. Who cares? Wow, that was hard to hear. Even if I don't like Gabi, but that was oh. But at the same time, I understand him. If I put myself in his position, look, I understand him because he's coherent. He saw many people dying, and Zeke was launching lots of rocks towards them at that time, and he saw death in front of him, but also in front of his eyes for some seconds. So I can understand him, even if what he's doing is really hard to hear. But we should put ourselves in his position too. Um, okay, then let's talk about John. Okay, number one, I want to say that I really like John because, as you can see, he's the perfect example that nobody, I mean, that he is different from others, that he is seeing something else behind the corner, that is another perspective, another way to feel the war. And first of all, when he says, how many other battles should we go on fighting until the end? This is really amazing. This question is so clear, so evident, so beautiful, because that's the essence of this story. I mean, how much should we go on until the end? How many other lives should we lose until the end? I really like him because the way he is keep asking himself questions, that's really nice. That's what a human being should do. I mean, to keep asking questions, because questions are important. If you ask questions, you can grow up, you can develop your character, your person. So I really like what he's doing and what he's asking himself, because that's the main thing of this entire story. So I really like John. But then he says, how many other people should die before this will end? That's true, because no matter which side you're taking, lives are decreasing. I mean, they are killing people, and these lives are killed, are ended. So no matter the side you like to take, but we are losing people. So that's wrong. And this is really painful, no matter the side. Because I think right now John is thinking even about Falco's eyes when he was in front of Beak protecting her. He saw that he was crying and he was feeling pain. So I think he's thinking no matter the sides you're about to take, there is always a suffering involved. That's why this is another reason I like John, because he's a thinking, like Mikasa a little bit. He's a thinking about the other side too, and the people involved in the others on the other side too. So, and then he's losing Sasha. I mean, even John is losing Sasha after he lost Marco, and this is another huge loss. A loss that is unbelievable because he's losing another member of his comrades, but that member, that means Sasha, is also like a sister to her and his family, and it's his concept of house. So that's really painful, really, really painful. After Marco, oh, I mean, Marco was the purpose why John joined Chosahedan and why John pushed himself to go against his limits to have his revenge on Marco, about Marco. So, look, John changed a lot because at the beginning he was afraid, he didn't want to join, he preferred a stable life inside the walls, and he didn't want to take any risks. But right now, he changed and he got more mature and he developed his character in a great way, in my opinion. He now, that fear transformed into will of revenge for sure, but also to awareness of what's going on in the world. I mean, he is aware that even on the other side there's pain and there's suffering. So John is becoming mature. I really like this character too, for this reason too. Um, and then another great question he asked: if I launch right now those kids from the Zeppelin, is this thing going to end? No, of course, that's a rhetorical question because he already knows the answer. Now there is the counterattack from Marley anyway. So even if I launch Gabi and Falco from the Zeppelin, nothing is going to change. This thing is going to go on more on and on and on and on and on. So there is even this awareness. He is aware of this thing. And I really like John. Yeah, definitely. Because he's thinking, he keeps thinking about what's next, about what's the consequence of my actions, of his actions in this case. So, yeah. And then he's challenging Gabi somehow because he knows that on the other side there is Zeke. And after he's hearing what Gabi says, he's saying to her, look, you can tell this to my leader. It's on the other room. He is in the other room. Would you like to go and tell him directly? He knows that Zeke is on the other side. So he knew that even when Gabi discovers Zeke on the other side, she would have felt pain. So it's all a cycle of pain, never ending. And John knows it very well because he knows what's on the other side. I mean, he knows what's in that room. He knows who's in that room. So, wow. And then, okay, he is saying to Eren, Sasha is dead because of you. From one point of view, I think that that's wrong because no matter if Eren decided to be Marley or not, maybe Sasha could have risked her life anyway with the counterattack. I mean, with the declaration of war. So, no matter what, probably Sasha could have had the risk to die. So that's really hard to say because we will never know. I mean, the fact that Eren attacked Marley, surprisingly speaking, makes us understand that we will never know what would have happened if Marley attacked with the declaration of war. So yes, John said, Eren, it's your fault because Sasha died. Yes, but at the same time, no, because she could have been killed by Marley anyway. We would have never known. We will never know because this story is not happening. So, question mark. Yes and no at the same time. Yes and no. We will never know. Um. Okay. Let me talk about Connie really quick. Um. Oh, look. I liked Connie because when he hugged John and Sasha, and he said, look, you are so special to me. And I know it's not fair for the others, but you're special to me. I felt it. I totally felt it. Because those are three people, we don't know what happened in these 4 years. Okay. But then they already collected lots of memories and lots of experiences together. And it was really hard for Connie to reach those levels he is right now without them. So he's thankful to Sasha and John because thanks to them, he could become what he became. And probably without them, it was really difficult for him to go on. But for the fact that he had people next to him, he was encouraged more and more to fight for their freedom. So this trio but he is still amazing because no matter even if Sasha died, Connie will never forget her and she's going to live inside of Connie. So this trio is still over there. Even if physically speaking, Sasha is not there anymore, she's there in their minds, in their memories, and they are going to fight for her too. So, as much as for Erwin, nobody forgot Erwin, even if he's dead. He's still over there, together with them. Then we don't know what happened in these 4 years, so I hope that they are going to show us what happened in these 4 years and how this relationship got evolved more and more and more. But yeah, that trio was amazing because they could give each of them to the other person something. I mean, Connie could give something to Sasha, Sasha could give something to John, John could give something to Connie. I mean, it was more than a team. It was family. And all these three members, they had a different personality and it was perfectly matching with the personality of the other one. So it was a great balance. And then when they are laughing before Sasha's death, I mean, when they are laughing, when they are saying, I mean, Sasha is saying, "What are we going to eat?" And John is saying something nice. I mean, something ironic to Connie. Connie is responding. These great feelings they have. It was so beautiful to see. Because no matter how much time they had to fight and they had to lose people, this feeling of this, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, when you belong to someone or when you belong to something, you are part of it. And Connie was part of that trio. Sasha was part of that trio, John too, but it's a sort of a house feeling. His home. Okay, when you belong to someone else or to something, you feel part of this concept of home. So It was really beautiful. Okay, let me talk about Falco. Oh, finally. I like Falco. I really like Falco. Um, Look, in Italian, I want to remark this. In Italian, Falco means hawk. So he's perfectly representing what he is. Okay, but when at the beginning he says to Gabi, "Look, it's pointless to go. They are going away. You can't do anything." It's coherent. I mean, from his point of view, he's saying something coherent. They have weapons. They can kill you. So it's pointless for you to go with that shotgun to take your revenge, because nothing is going to change. It's pointless right now to do something like this. He doesn't want to risk Gabi's life. So um, I I definitely think he's really objective, and he's really coherent with his mind. I like Falco for many reasons, and these are one of the reasons. Um, but then uh, Eren understands Marley's side once he's an adult. Reiner understands Paradis' side somehow when he's an adult already. I mean, he's, 19, 20, okay. Falco understands Eren, I mean, the point of view of a Paradis when he's still a teenager. That's great. And people who say that he couldn't do it, or it was so impossible for him to do this, I don't agree. I don't agree, because teenagers, they already have the mind to think what they want. I remind you this, they are not kids, they are teenagers, and it's something different. Falco is 14 or 13, so he is not as if he is a 7, do you understand, or 6. That's different. But Falco is collecting lots of info. He is seeing things, he is hearing things, he is in a confusional state of mind, and that's obvious because he has so many new info and he has so many different points of view. But at the end of the day, he doesn't erase this new info just because he has to see one way only. And that's the difference between him and Gabi. And that's why I appreciate Falco more than Gabi, because even if your life seems to become meaningless because of what you have discovered, that doesn't mean that my life is over. My life can change. And even if my life is changing and it's turning upside down, there is still a way to go on. It's better the truth instead of a fake truth. It's better to follow or to understand new things instead of having a great lie in front of you. So what Falco is doing, I totally appreciate. When he says some things to Gabi, he is saying these things because he experienced the dialogue between Eren and Reiner. And after you are in front of a dialogue like that, you can't think the same as before. Of course, Gabi was not there together with him. Probably, if she would have listened to the same story, probably even Gabi would have felt differently. But he has this luck, and Eren chose him. Not because he was the first boy passing over there. He has a past, and this past is his uncle Grice. And Falco was chosen because Eren saw potentials in him, or maybe because Eren saw already the future, and he saw that Falco can become great. Even when he said, look, do you remember at the beginning when they first met? Eren told him, um, I'm so happy you're a nice guy because you're going to have a long life. He knows, okay? Falco was chosen because Eren already saw it in the future. He could have been. I mean, that's my opinion. But he was chosen for a reason. And maybe Falco can become a bridge. He can become a bridge between these Marley's world, I mean, aliens living in Marley, and aliens living in Paradise. He can be a connector, maybe. But when he says, look, Gabi, they attacked us because they had their world destroyed. Yes, it's true. It's true. And he experienced it in that dialogue with Reiner. And even if there are people who said, Emma, he believed in Eren, even if he said like this, no, wait. On the other side of Eren, there was even Reiner. And Reiner's mental conditions can prove Falco that what Eren is saying is the truth. Reiner's mental condition is over because of what he saw, because of what Reiner recognized once he went on the other side. So Falco had both the experience of Eren, but if Eren was telling a lie, Reiner wouldn't have that reaction. He would have said, Eren, you're lying, what are you saying? We are better, or something like that. He could have had a contraposition in front of Eren, but he didn't have. I mean, in front of Eren, we have Reiner who's saying, look, I'm sorry, I made that mistake. I killed your mother, blah, 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 blah. It's Reiner. So we have a direct experience in front of us. And Falco is over there experiencing both. So when Gabi is saying, did you see what you're saying? I mean, did you see it happening? Falco says no, but at the same time I would have said yes, because I heard Eren's story somehow, Eren's painful story, but I saw even Reiner's reaction. I saw even Reiner's eyes. So I can say, yes, I saw it somehow. But he says no, because of course he didn't go to Paradise directly to check. Yes, but you have Reiner over there. That is a great example of what happened. So you have a direct experience somehow. Even if you don't see it with your eyes, you have your cousin. I mean, you have Reiner. And we have already many chances to see how Reiner changed throughout these episodes. So I think it's enough. And for Falco, it was enough, I guess. Yes. Then I really like Falco because he's really kind. And no matter what's good and what's wrong, he's going to save Gabi. And he wants to protect Gabi because that's a promise. Another big theme of this story. He promised to Reiner to save her and to save her from suffering. And also in this case, there is the theme of sacrifice, because Falco is ready to sacrifice his life to become a Titan to save Gabi. Even if I hope, I hope that Falco will be different. I mean, I hope Falco is not going to transform into a Titan and destroy Paradise, because I don't think it's part of his attitude as a character. I think he can make a difference. I really hope so. I can't wait. And then of course he's shocked because when he sees Zeke. Another thing that makes me understand that if Zeke is on their side, probably we are wrong, or probably we took it for granted. I mean, we took for granted everything they told us. Yes, because you were brainwashed. There was one only path to follow. Otherwise, they were threatened. I mean, they would have said, okay, you will go to Paradise, you will go to hell. Then we are going to analyze this contraposition. Paradise, hell. I mean, okay. But I like Falco, um, because finally or fortunately there is a character on Marley's side who is following anyway what he was instructed for, but at the same time he finds a way to say, okay, I was instructed like this, but if I find myself in front of a clear exposure, I mean, a clear explanation of what's on the other side, I'm not going to erase it. I'm not going to fake as if nothing happened and I still go on. No, it's better if I get in touch with it. And it's better if I understand that side too. Especially right now that he sees Zeke. I mean, Zeke is in front of them, and there has to be a reason why he's there. So even if he's shocked, at the same time, probably he's thinking, oh, okay, something is wrong here. It's better if we understand more why Zeke is over there. There has to be a reason. But Gabi, she's shocked because she feels betrayed. Falco, I think, is shocked for another reason. I mean, Falco, after all he heard from Eren and Reiner's dialogue, etc., he's shocked by saying, okay, maybe there's something wrong actually here. Okay, do you understand the different shocking I feel? I mean, Gabi is shocked because, oh no, he betrayed us. How is it possible? But Falco is shocked because, okay, after Reiner, after Eren, okay, I feel betrayed by Eren, but at the same time, I can understand his point of view. But now we have even Zeke here, so there's something wrong here. I like Falco, definitely. Falco, keep going on like this. I hope you will become really great in the future too. Okay, I wanted to go on with the Peak really quick. Peak is jealous. Peak is jealous, I think, because we have this new character. Finally, we understand who this girl. I think she's a girl, Yelena, or something like that. Um, she was the follower of Zeke, the favorite follower of Zeke, and Peak. Oh, she's jealous, in my opinion, because she has always wanted to be the follower, the best follower of Zeke. In fact, she was always next to him, and she was always praised by Zeke. Oh, Sasuga Piku-chan, or yappari Piku-chan, sugoi desu ne, or something like that. She was always next to Zeke. Okay, Piku. She was always next to him, and I think she likes Zeke somehow. And that's why she always wanted to protect him, to rescue him. Even during last episode, we say, "Oh, we have to protect Zeke-san" with the voice of the Carter Titan. Okay, that was okay. But anyway, she likes Zeke, but she knows right now that she's betrayed because that follower of Zeke helped Paradise side. So, but she has a good memory. Pika has a good memory. In fact, she can detect things, so she can remember things. She's really intelligent, really smart. And that's why I hope that she can join all these Titan owners and they can make a difference finally. Instead of attacking one another, they can join all together and end this pain throughout the world. Let's see. But she's jealous of Yelena, or something. I think she's jealous of her. Yes, she would like to be praised by Zeke as she is, or she wanted to be the main choice of Zeke. That's what I think. Oh, let me talk about Zeke. Yeah, I made it. I mean, finally, I was waiting for this moment. Yes, there were so many hints to let me understand that he is on Paradis' side. Yes, I mean he is on Eren's side because he's a half brother, so he is on Eren's side. Let me tell you honestly, more than a Paradise side, he is on Eren's side. In fact, there was a shot even when Levi is going against Eren that you can see Zeke looking at Levi next to Eren. No, sorry, when Hanji is talking, you see that there is this frame in which Zeke is next to Eren, trying to save Eren from the situation. So I think Zeke is on Eren's side more than Paradis' side. But look, I cannot change my mind as always, but he is still challenging Levi because he knows what he did to Erwin and the others, and he knows he feels guilty. Because I wanted to say it once again, I don't think Zeke is happy for what he did. As much as Kruger was not happy, as I told you already many times, as much as Grisha was not happy with what he did, all people have regrets here. So even Zeke, he feels the regret of killing people like him throughout all this time, to have played a role. But it was not his fault. It was Grisha's fault. Grisha told him, please, intrude yourself in Marley. I mean, go inside Marley and let them believe you like them. But on the contrary, just to be a spy over there. Trust me, I mean, if I put myself in Zeke's position, it was really hard to point at their parents and say, no, they are wrong, they have to be killed, or they are traitors. It was really hard for him to do something like this, to go against his parents. Something unbelievable, but he had to do it. It was his mission. So all these characters have a mission. The theme of a mission is really important in this story too. But Zeke's life was not easy. I can't put my hand on fire. Look, it was not easy. And he's doing what he's doing because he has to do it, because it was necessary. I wanted to repeat this word because even if it's wrong what he did, it was necessary to go on with the story. As much as Kruger did what he did to meet Grisha because it was necessary, he turned Grisha into a Titan because it was necessary. And Kruger was clear, was honest, was sincere. In order to stop this, we have to sacrifice other stuff because it's necessary. Even Armin said it, okay? Do you remember? Even Armin said it. In order to reach the goal, we have to sacrifice things, or people in this case. So, and in fact, Zeke is saying with this sacrifice, with all these lives ended, thanks to them, we will be able to reach freedom. So he has somehow the same the same thought of Eren, okay? But and in this case, he's protecting Eren somehow against Levi and Hanji's speech. But he knows what does it feel. Maybe other people around them don't understand the pain Zeke, but even Eren feel. The pain to sacrifice other people for a main purpose. This is so giant. This is so big to understand. Until you don't experience it, you don't understand. You can try to imagine, but you don't understand. And I think even Zeke felt sorry for what he did, or he regrets, or he feels guilty. Of course he feels guilty, as much as Kruger felt guilty, as much as Grisha felt guilty, etc., etc., etc. He said it. Somehow he said it. It was not easy. But look at, yeah, the plot twist. I was tricked. I mean, till season 3 part 2, at the end, I was tricked. Because at the beginning I thought, oh, come on, he says next time Now that I analyze once again those sentences, he said to Eren, next time we will meet, I'm going to save you. Now, if we think about that, the next time they met, I don't know. I mean, he is on the Zeppelin. That means that they planned already this thing. That means throughout these 4 years, they met already. Zeke and Eren, they met and Zeke, Eren, and all the others because they were planning these things. So it means, and I hope that they are going to show us what's happening in these 4 years, as I told you, because I wanted to understand the rest of the story. But that means they met already. But when he said the next time we will meet, I'm going to save you. Look, somehow, with this declaration of war, Zeke saved them. I mean, Zeke saved Eren, because otherwise he was attacked by the Warhammer. So probably this plan was created by Zeke and not by Armin, because I'm still convinced Armin created this plan to rescue Eren once they got the letter. But probably Zeke made this plan. I mean, Zeke made the plan of the scouts. Zeke planned how to take the Zeppelin, of course, because he knew. And in fact, that's why I thought Zeke is on their side, because he went to the gate to help them with the Zeppelin. For sure, it has to be something like this. Or he helped the army to stay on that boat in the port. Yes. But anyway, that means he really saved Eren. Next time I'm going to save you, yes. He saved, actually. Yes, yes, yes. Because if the plan was made by Zeke, and he involved even the scouts to come over there, they came over there to save Eren. So next time I'm going to save you, yes, it makes sense. Yes. But then, of course, there are these 4 years. And I think they already met. They already talked. And let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if they analyze, if they show us what happened in these 4 years. I don't want to know, but I hope so. Yeah. But Zeke, oh yeah, Zeke. Oh yes, that baseball ball. Eren, the next time I'm going to save you. Eren is not my enemy. Long break. Levi, come on. I wanted to meet you. I mean, I wanted to defeat you. Come on. And Levi had the clock. I mean, over there. He was checking the watch. Yes. Everything makes sense. Yes. But I'm happy because, yes, I was predicting these already 2 episodes ago, 3 episodes ago, and wow. One of the best plot twists ever, in my opinion. Because when in season 3 part 2 we saw him brainwashed by Grisha, etc., we said, oh, but later he betrayed his parents, etc. No, he was following the plan, so he tricked us. That was really nice. Yes. But talking about how much he's challenging Levi, when he says, don't look at me like this, Levi, because I'm going to pee on my pants. Also, in that case, there is the eyes challenge, okay? The challenge with the eyes. And Mappa made it because the eyes are really important, okay, to understand many things. But then he challenged Levi a lot when he said, look, you are also an actor or something like this because you faked. You wanted to kill me. But then Levi answered in the best way because I think he wants to kill him anyway. I mean, no matter the side he's taking, I mean, no matter the side that Zeke is taking, he wants to kill him anyway for all the pain he felt throughout all these years, thanks to him. So I think Levi is not going to change his mind. He's going to hate Zeke no matter what. That's quite coherent because I can't imagine Levi supporting a person like Zeke no matter what. So then let's talk about Hanji. And then I will talk about Eren. I think that's the last thing, right? Yes. Ah, and Sasha, of course. Hanji, when she says everything went on there on your plan, right, Zico? I mean, at that moment, oh, amazing, because there were even the faces of Gabi and the Falco looking at them like, what the f. Oh, and then I like Hanji. I understand even her point of view. Yes, when she's against Eren, and Eren says, "Oh, look, I tried to defeat the military, etc., etc. So we have more time than before to plan other stuff." And Hanji, sarcastically speaking, she's answering, until the world is going to attack us once again. That was nice, because that's true. Now the world has to attack them. And this will be huge. But at the same time, as an omniscient viewer, we know that anyway the world was about to attack them no matter what. So it was just about time. Just about time. And then she's saying another great sentence that I agree somehow. I agree. Because she says every time you are taken by the enemy, I mean, you are taken away from the enemy, we are always there to save you. We are always there to take you back. That means, how many times do we have to sacrifice ourselves for you? Can you understand that probably there is other way? There is another way, and I think she agrees with Levi by saying this, because she is saying, look, you are too instinctive. You follow your instinct too much. You don't wait, because probably we had another plan. But you forced us to come to save you because you didn't want to listen to us. Maybe. That's the only interpretation I have. I mean, maybe they had another plan, but Eren didn't care. And he wanted to go by himself over there without following their plan and without asking them, do you agree if I go? No, he didn't care, and he went. So I think Hanji is angry with Eren because he should have listened more. He should have trusted them more as a family. But Eren, following his instinct, forgot that the family was about probably to be killed, because even if the scouts came to save him, nobody had the. I mean, it was not guaranteed that they were about to survive. And in fact, Sasha died, for example. Okay. So probably if they could have planned a better plan, maybe things would have gone in a different way, but we will never know. So it's just a supposition, okay? But it's true. Throughout all these seasons, the scouts always protect Eren and always tried to get Eren back. So I understand even the frustration of Hanji in this moment and the frustration of Levi, because Eren is a Titan, and Eren can regenerate. They can't. So that's the main difference. And that's the fact that Eren should think and listen more, but as we always say, he is the Shingeki no Kyojin. So it's his nature. And it's really hard to go against his own nature, I guess. And in fact, Hanji is saying, even if I know that there was the risk, you preferred to take the risk and become their hostage. That means that what I'm saying is correct. I mean, probably they had another plan, but he refused to listen, and he said, I'm going. Who cares? I'm going. But maybe Eren had these reasons why he went. Probably he saw through future memories or through future things that it was better to do something like this. Because we say it even before with Falco. Do you remember? Maybe he saw that Falco was the proper person to get in touch with, because he saw it from the future. So maybe also in this case, Eren decided to do this thing because thanks to future memories, it's a contraposition to say something like this, but thanks to future thoughts he could have seen, probably he understood that was the only way. Let's see. If they explain it later, it would be nice. Oh, but then there is one thing that Hanji said that was really painful to hear. Painful. I think Eren right now, even if his face is terrible like this, I mean, he doesn't care, but behind, he's suffering a lot. Because she said, you put your trust in us, and now we lost your trust in you. That's one of the most painful things to hear, in my opinion. Because at the beginning he was the key. Do you remember? Eren was the key to go outside the walls, to reach Umi, to reach freedom somehow. But now, that same person that was a savior is turning into a sort of enemy, because even if he is on their side, he he's following his instinct only, forgetting about the rest. Maybe, or maybe it's the contrary. But I will tell you now that we talk about Eren. But yeah, this is a sentence. You put your trust in us, and we lost our trust in you. Oh, that was really painful to hear, in my opinion. And I can understand Hanji's point of view too, because um, till now they have always trusted Eren. They always gave Eren the possibilities to show he was in the right thing, and he was supporting them, and he was fighting to protect them. But from Hanji's point of view, this was not a protection. It was just the starting point of something even bigger that they can't handle right now, because they are one against the rest of the world. So they have to defeat something greater than them, and it's a huge risk. And maybe from Hanji's point of view, that means, is this the way you protect us? But at the same time, I believe Eren is doing something like this for something else. And oh, look, this episode was oh my. Okay, let me talk about Sasha. Oh, Sasha. We lost Sasha. She was one of my favorite female characters of Shingeki no Kyojin, because Shingeki no Kyojin is a sad story, but it was always good to have a laughable moment, a moment in which you can erase for a few seconds the brutality and the sad story that Shingeki no Kyojin is. Um, but even the the fact that Sasha was different, and I love the fact that Isayama put in this story someone different than usual, something comic, something ironic, something different. It was really nice to see this character in this story, because I think even Sasha felt lots of pain throughout her life, but she had a different way to exorcise what she felt by using irony, and by not giving up to smile, because that's amazing. Now we lost even the character who was always smiling. Oh no, that means we are going inside a cycle of a pain that is never ending, also for us anime only. But look, it was really bad to see her like that in this episode, because she was the only way to go on smiling. But maybe now we understood that there is nothing else to smile for, and we understand that there is nothing else to be happy, to smile, to use irony, to feel as if there will be a happy ending, or um, different way to go on with this story. Now we have something precise pain. I mean, it seems as if we really have this one and only path: pain, war, destruction, regret, revenge, all negative things. Look, then when uh, when she was saying after she was shot, when she said, Urusaine, I mean, you're loud. It reminds me when in season 3, part 2, after the attack on Bertold, and Armin is waking up and they are explaining everything to Armin. She said the same thing. Urusaine, you're so loud. That was really sad. That's why I started crying because when look in anime, when they are making these flashbacks, or when they say the same sentences, okay? They said when they were happy, when they were alive. I get emotional. So to me, it was impossible not to get emotional. And then when she repeated once again, we will eat soon, or what? I mean, are we going to eat soon? Oh, also in that moment, I felt so bad because she was not supposed to die. She was supposed to have won the battle, and she was supposed to join Paradise once again and to eat. She will never have this chance anymore. So when in anime they put these sentences, and you are collecting these sentences throughout the episodes, and then they show you these sentences once again when this character is dying, I cry. I definitely cry. And you saw the pain throughout all the characters. That oh, you saw Connie. That I don't know if Connie loved Sasha somehow, but I think she was like a sister to him. And to lose home, when you lose your home, your shelter, your belonging person, you. Uh, uh, and then I want to focus on Niku. I mean, I want to focus on her last word, Niku. Niku is not Niku. It's like Jujutsu Kaisen. A panda is not panda. Now, Niku is not the Niku you believe. I mean, it's not the material thing you eat, the food. If you remember, even in season 2 or season 1, I mean, I don't remember in particular the episode, sorry for that. But when you understood Sasha's life, and when you understood how she was attached to Niku, to meet, and you understand how food was so important to her, as if it was her home, her shelter, her thing. When she said Nico at the end of her life, it's like, look, when I say Nico, I say family, I say my home, I say this to my family. So she was considering the comrades, the team, as part of her family, because she was saying this even in front of her father when her father was trying to push her away. Come on, don't eat the meat. We have to save it for the winter. But she was in her family context. So that last word was said in a family context. And Nico is her home, her family. And the fact that she said it in front of them while dying, it was like a will, a final will that was take her back home. So look, I mean, Nico is not food, the food, okay? Nico has a deep meaning, in my opinion, and it's going beyond that precise word. Um, And this, when she says Niku, and when I'm saying that it has another meaning, um, it reminds me when Historia was trying to protect her in front of Ymir, or Yumiru, as you wanted to call her, because Historia said Sasha has her own way to express feelings. Sasha has her own way to be herself, and that's why I appreciate her, because she's different. So when she said Nico, she didn't refer to food. She referred to family. She referred to her home. She referred to everything that was surrounding her that was love to her. So we should interpret the words deeply in this story, because this story has deep meanings, as I always told you. So we should pay attention to words, definitely. Oh, let me talk about Eren, because I was waiting for this moment too. Okay, Eren says, so I'm going back to the beginning of the episode because I'm going to analyze everything. Eren says, "Look, I am out of strength right now, so I can't defeat Reiner. No, no, no. I don't think so. If Eren wants to defeat someone, he finds the strength in himself, and he's going to defeat everybody. So I think he wanted to keep Reiner over there, because Reiner, in my opinion, has to go till the end. They have to follow the same path somehow. So they have to reach something in common, or it's good for him to stay alive to see the end of this story. So I think Eren chooses to keep Reiner over there, not because he's tired. No, no. If he wants it, he can. He's because he understood Reiner and what he has passed. So he understood that Reiner understood many things about even the other side. So for him, it's better for him to say, okay, stay alive. I want you here with me in all this mess. You have to stay alive. You shouldn't die. Um, I can't kill Reiner right now. In which sense? In fact, I can't kill Reiner right now, not because you're tired. I can't kill Reiner because he has to come with me till the end. That's my opinion. We will see Reiner till the end. It's impossible he is going to be killed or to be defeated now. No way. And then when he says, Matana, Reiner, he's going to. I mean, I still hope Reiner can join as all the other Titans owner to make a difference. But then Eren is the demon, the devil, okay, with those eyes, nobody can beat him. But in front of Levi, hecho. I mean, Levi is the only one who's looking from top to bottom in front of Eren, and Eren is becoming like hecho. See, Eren is not what we think he is now. He has different mixed feelings, but in front of Levi, he is always hecho. That means, oh, right? I don't know, I felt like this. And then after his meeting Levi, he also said, look, I explained everything in the letter. Is there something you didn't understand? That's a huge challenge, because, to tell this in front of Levi, he would have never done it before. I mean, to challenge Levi like this. But when he said hecho, for a second I thought, he's becoming like a tiny kid right now in front of Levi. But then he's showing this other attitude he has now to challenge others with his eyes or with his sentences and stuff like that. And when he said, look, I explained everything to you in the letter, what did he write in that letter? To come and save him. Okay, of course. or to have this plan, or to have this plan. But at the end of the day, hmm, I think Eren is doing something like this because of other stuff, because of another purpose. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. But when he says, "Ah, is there something you didn't understand from the letter?" I don't know, but this is just my opinion, okay? I'm not excusing Eren all the times, but I feel as if Eren is just acting. I mean, I feel like as if Eren is acting as much as Zeke acted throughout all these years, because he's challenging Levi. He is laughing, but then I'm going to explain this laughter too. When he hears Sasha, Niku, and stuff like that. Hmm. Is he acting, or is he really like this now? Mm-mm, I don't think so. And now I'm going to explain why. In my opinion, Eren still has a heart. Still has a heart. And trust me, from what I felt, when Sasha died, he was not laughing. No. First of all, there are two options I wanted to give you. And then we are going to see if I'm right or wrong with both. But I give you two options. First option, he was not laughing. It was an hysterical laughter. When you lose someone important, sometimes people react like this. They have a hysterical laughter because they can't keep their emotions anymore. So when he heard Niku from Connie, he was laughing, but he was a hysterical laughter, as much as he had it in season 2 with Hannes, when Hannes died. He was laughing first, but then he was crying a lot. And when he said, "Mama, I'm not able to change things," see? So he was not laughing. He was just feeling the same pain he felt in season 2 with Hannes. Because no matter how much he pushed himself, how much he was violent, how much he tried to protect Paradise, he couldn't be able to save Sasha. That was one of the characters who always had the smile on her face. And Sasha could have been hope. Even this last hope fell. And that makes Eren feel as if nothing changed, that he was not able to change anything. So I felt as if Eren was not laughing. He was just feeling pain. And he was laughing as if at himself by saying, "Oh, look what you have done. Even if you did something like this, did things change? No, they got worse." He was not laughing. This is my first option. He was not laughing at all. He was feeling lots of pain in that moment because they lost Sasha. And Sasha, with her attitude, with her way of saying "Daijobu da yo," that "Daijobu da yo" will never come back. And in fact, he's remembering at that time in season 1 when she said "Daijobu da yo," after we take back our land, we can go on. It's a metaphor to go on. Okay, that means hope, but that hope is hopeless right now. So he feels the regret of these two. After all the people died because of him, thanks to this plan he has, Sasha is another one added to the list of the regrets. This is first option. Second option I give you is that he is acting. I mean, when from what I saw from the frame in that moment, when he is laughing, he's His head is like this, okay? Then when he remembers Sasha stuff, etc., his head is going like this, and all the hair are in front of him. Is he doing this? I mean, maybe he was laughing in front of everybody to let them think, sorry, this is something unbelievable to think, but it's an option. I have to say it because that's what I feel. Maybe he is laughing in front of them because he wants them to hate him and to detach themselves from him so they can be safe. I don't know if you understand what I mean. And then he is turning the head like this, and his hair in front of him, and he's feeling pain actually. Because behind that hair, he can be himself for real. And in fact, he was really feeling pain. Do you understand what I mean? Is this ridiculous? Okay, don't tell me. But maybe Eren is acting, and he's doing like this because he wants to be hated by others and feel all the pain. Do you remember in episode 59? He said, "I am ready to sacrifice my entire life for the sake of others." So is he doing this? Was he that laugh? I mean, we don't see his face, unfortunately. Was that laugh made on purpose to be hated by others? So Hanji, Levi, and all the others are going to are not going to be at risk anymore, and he's going to handle everything by sacrificing himself and by being hated. Look, being hated is not simple to handle as a feeling. I think Eren is doing this to protect all the others, even to protect all the others from himself. So I think he still has a heart. As much as Zeke still has a heart. He rescued his entire life by doing bad things, but he still has a heart for his brother. So I think that even Eren is act. It's just an option. I don't know, but both. In any case, Eren is not the devil we think he is. Eren still has a heart. And when in the previous episode I said that probably he lost his soul, and his eyes are showing me that he is lacking of heart. No, because later I also told you, but then I don't think so. I was right. In my opinion, Eren still has a heart. And Eren is really sad of what happened to Sasha and of what is happening to Paradise right now, thanks to his actions. But as I said, maybe he saw it from the future that was the only option to do. I mean, that was the only thing to do in order to save them. I don't know. But this could be an option because usually future things are seen in Eren's mind. So, I don't know. But Eren still has a heart. I wanted to believe this. I can't believe that now he doesn't care anymore about anything. No. He is ready to take all, as I said already in the previous commentary of last week, he is ready to take all the pain, all the regret, all the bad feelings inside of himself instead of sharing it with others. It's better to keep it for me only because I wanted to sacrifice myself for this. And if I can do this, it's better if I detach myself from others and doing bad things by myself. I don't know. These are just my thoughts and my opinions. Look, really quick, I wanted to end this live streaming. Of course, I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to talk about these themes in the rewatch on Thursday. So keep on watching me on Thursday too. The theme of home, we have it in this episode. Thanks to a hug, thanks to Paradise as a home, thanks to Mika, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell it on Thursday, so keep going on following me. Anyway, theme of whole. Follow your ideals and beliefs no matter what. This is another great theme of this story. No matter what's the side that you decided to take, you follow your ideals. And no matter if they are good, bad, good, nice, wrong, each character is following his or her ideals. Then we keep going on with this cycle of pain because it's never ending, especially in this episode. Look, oh, okay. Then I will talk about on Thursday about the paradise and hell, because even if it's paradise and it's called paradise that comes from paradise, in this paradise demons are living, in Marley's opinion. Antithetical, don't you think? Then there is the details of eyes, so great. The music was stunning. The music we see, we hear, sorry, we listen when Sasha is dying and everybody is crying. That was amazing. Okay, that was amazing. Then the theme of I will never forget this for the rest of my life. This is another theme that was surely underlined in this episode many, many times. And we are going to see it once again. Thanks to, for example, in Levi's opinion, in Gabby's opinion, in Levi's opinion, in Flock's opinion, in many people's opinion, okay? Then the pain for a loss, okay? Because throughout all this story, we have the loss, the theme of the loss, and the theme of the regret. We are going to analyze it really nicely on Thursday, because now 2 hours and 36 minutes. Oh my God. And then another theme, protection versus selfishness and instinct. This is another great theme analyzed in this story. What you do is to protect others, or you do this because of your pride and your selfishness, and then to be a sacrifice for others, or to do something because it's necessary. This is another great thing. Okay, I'm going to analyze these on Thursday. Now I'm going to read really quick your comments. Thank you for following me throughout all these. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, Carla still has an impact on what's happening right now. Absolutely, yes. Carla is really essential, even now. And even if we saw her just in episode 1 acting, I mean living, she's still living in another way. Yes, she loves him so much. She wants her, but I think you're talking about Mikasa. Yes, she loves Eren more than ever. Yes, no matter what. Sorry I'm late. Wonder how Mama will feel about this one. Oh yeah, look, my mother will react to season 4 later when she will be able to come to Japan. So I am afraid. I think she will cry once again. Yes. Ma da te mattina? Sì, sono le 11:34 di mattina qui in Giappone. Sì. Hello, Brandon. Love your reaction. It made me even more sad of the show. Look, I was about to cry in this live streaming too at a certain point. Probably if I will rewatch it on Thursday, I will cry once again. Rip Sasha. Okay. Do you think Eren's reaction to Sasha's death reveals anything new about his current state of mind? I already explained it at the end of this live streaming, but we can talk about it once again in Thursday live streaming. I appreciate Sasha's last word for exactly the reason you said. There was a deeper meaning behind it. Oh, thank you. I'm happy I guessed it right. Okay, guys, for this live streaming, that is it. There are no other comments, and I'm really late. Hope you enjoyed. If you have other questions, feel free to ask me in the chat box, in the comments below, because on Thursday I will come back rewatching this painful episode. I talked a lot. Sorry for that, but I had to analyze these things nicely. Otherwise, you don't understand my opinions till now. Then if I'm going to change my mind, we will see. Okay, bye guys. See you in the next live streaming, and see you tomorrow probably with something new. That means the new anime I'm going to react to, maybe. I still don't know. Let's see. Bye guys. See you. See you on Thursday. Rewatch episode 8. Bye-bye. See you. Bye.